Hi guys, Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Arina, and if you are coming back, I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, I am going to do my top 10 products from the drugstore that you got to have in your collection, because firstly, they are affordable, and secondly, they perform like high-end and they have very good quality. If you want to know what products I use today, and this is the final makeup look by the way, please keep on watching. First of all, I don't have any eyebrow products that I want to talk about today because I've been doing soap brows. So first of all is primers. I've been talking about these primers many times already. These are the Catrice Prime and Fine primers. I have 4 with me. I actually have another one which is a green one to color correct any redness on your face. I don't have that. I tried it once and I don't think it is for me because it's like sheer and doesn't cover the redness that well. So these are some of my favorites. First, I apply the Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer, good by pores, on the areas where I have many large pores, especially on the nose, on the side of my cheeks. And also it does help to blur the lines on my forehead as well. So I did apply on that area. It does give you a soft focus effect on the face, which I'm looking for a primer. It has a silicone plus powdery texture. The foundation that I applied glides smoothly on top of these primers. And I have a dry outer perimeters. I use the Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer, fresh it up with moisturizing bamboo water. So this feels very moisturizing on the face. It has a watery texture. It feels like a gel when first applied, but as you blending on your skin, it absorbs on the skin like water, and it doesn't stays on the skin that long. I mean, you feel hydrated afterwards. So I have to switch on my LED lights because it's going to be very dark outside. And then I did apply the Prime and Fine Instant Luminous Finish Nude Glow Primer Liquid Skin Illuminator, and I use this just on the high points of my cheekbone. It gives that natural glow from within. I suggest you guys to use this with a moisture foundation to get that glow that this primer gives off. And then after I apply my primer and make sure that everything absorbed, I apply my foundation, and the foundation is the Rimmel Match Perfection Invisible Coverage Visibly Perfected the Skin with SPF 20. I have mine in the shade Soft Beige. This foundation has been in my collection for more than 2 years now, and it's probably has expired, but as you can see, I apply it on my skin and it still looks good, and it gives that natural glow from within you'll be getting from a luminous high-end foundation. And it does gives you like the high-end experience from a more expensive foundation. With added SPF gives a bonus point to this foundation. I use it with my Blendiful and I feel like it applies very easily on top of the primer, and I really enjoy the coverage that it gives. It is a medium coverage. You can still see my imperfection, but I am fine with that. It evens out my skin tone. And then after I apply my foundation, naturally I will apply my concealer, and I'll be talking about Milani Conceal Perfect Long Wearing Concealer. I have mine in shade light beige. I would say it has a medium to high medium coverage, not fully full coverage, because there's other more fuller coverage concealer than this one, but it gives me enough coverage to cover my very intense dark circle. So this one feels hydrating under the skin. I don't feel like it emphasizes my under eye crease, and I don't feel like it sunk into my under eye crease, which I naturally have. It has enough playtime for me to blend it on top of the foundation. The applicator has a nice size as well. I feel like I can get to the crevices, like the inner corner of my eyes. It doesn't feel heavy as well under the eyes, which is nice. Moving on to powder, I'll be talking about the Lakme Rose Powder. I mentioned this in one of my videos. This is like a gem in the drugstore. It only costs you around 16 or 17 ringgit. I have mine in the shade Soft Pink. It doesn't really affect how it will look on the skin. It basically just disappears. It's basically translucent, or like it blends with your skin tone, at least on my skin tone. It does have that rose scent similar to that 90s candy that you will get on birthday parties. I really enjoy that smell, and this one does have SPF as well. It doesn't say how many, but it says here with sunscreen. The only thing that the packaging feels cheap because it's cheap. What matters is that the product itself inside, you do get a lot in here. You'll get 40 grams of product. It does come with a puff. The product itself is really good. You really need to test it out, and if you don't like it, it doesn't really matter because it's super cheap. I also want to do a quick shout out Milani setting powders. They also are currently running a sale for 50% off. This powder reminds me of a high-end powder. I really love the packaging as well. It's a minimal packaging, and I don't think it comes with a puff. Yeah, the feel of this powder really reminds me of a high-end powder, so I really want to shout this one out. The palette that I'm going to talk about is the Addicted to Chocolates palette from Catrice Cosmetics. They have 4 shades from this line: Addicted to Berries, Addicted to Chocolates. I think the other one was Addicted to Peaches and Addicted to Fruits or something, but the price of this is very affordable, and you'll get 12 shades in it, and it also comes with a mirror, and also the names, if you are doing makeup tutorial, is at the bottom of the shades, which is a very convenient. And what I love about this palette is that the pigmentation, you can see from where I apply it on my lids, it's show up immediately. Even with the lighter shade like this one, Macaroons, it does show up against my medium skin tone. And I just used a concealer as my eye primer, and I have no issue and no problem with that. It blends well together. It doesn't have patchiness. I mean, like, for the price, you can't really beat it. It does have a kickback with the mattes. The shimmer as well perform very nicely on the lids. I just use my finger to apply, and you can already see how pigmented and reflective the shimmers are. You get a decent amount of mattes and shimmer in here to get a feel of the formulas, and overall I really enjoy this palette. Also, a quick shout out to Brina Beauty Wanderlust eyeshadow palette. This is a local brand. It is 99 ringgit. They always will do offers from their website and also their social media. So this is what it looks like inside. It's a very beautiful everyday eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow is very creamy and buttery, and I really enjoy using it. It also comes with a mirror. The quality is so good. And then for eyeliner, of course, I will say the Maybelline Hyper Sharp Power Black is the winner, the best eyeliner from the drugstore. I really love a matte black liquid eyeliner, and I prefer a brush tip, and this is a bargain for you. I always restock mine when they have 50% off. I almost never buy my makeup products when they are full price unless they are limited edition and I really want it. So this one, as you can see, I can really achieve that sharp wing liner with it, and it doesn't bleed even though it is liquid, and also it dries down matte. If I were to build up the pigmentation on top of the first layer, it doesn't pick up the first layer at the bottom, which is nice. And for a liquid shimmer, what is it called, liquid glitter eyeshadow, I really enjoy using this Holika. The description are all in Korea. I'm not sure what they are called, but I will like put it up here. This is the Holika glitter, liquid glitter eyeshadow. These are basically the Stila dupes, because first of all, the glitters are very saturated inside the tube, and it is a 2-in-1 product because you don't have to lay down a glue first for the glitter to stick on your lids, and it is really easy to use. It comes with a doe foot applicator. As you can see here, I just dot it on my lids and I blend it out using my finger. It does give it a more like a wash of glitter on your lid, but if you are meant to have full pigmentation from this product, you can just swipe it on your lid. But I wish that they expand the shades, like add more unique shades. I know, maybe green, smoky shades, because I know Korean people love a wearable peachy shade like this. But when swatching on hands, they looked almost similar to each other. But looking past that, the pigmentation and also the quality of the product is really worth the price. Next is bronzer. To be honest, I haven't tried that many bronzer from the drugstore, but I used this Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in the shade Toffee, and it works just fine as my bronzer. It is not too pigmented. It blends really nicely on the skin, even though it is basically like a powder foundation, I think, to set your face, but it works as a bronzer. And also, if you're looking for a face palette, I suggest you guys to try this one. This is Essence Hey Cheeks Blush, Bronzer and Highlight Palette. You'll get 2 blusher, 2 bronzer and also 1 highlight. I did use this bronzer to use it on top of this Maybelline powder, and it gives me more warmth and also more definition on my skin. I really love this palette because it has everything. It also comes with a mirror. It is really worth picking it up. For powder, my favorite is the matte blush from Palladio, and my favorite shade is actually in the shade Poise, but today I use the shade Tipsy for my cheeks. And this one is really easy to work with, and it is pigmented. As you can see, the pigment does show up immediately after I pick it up with my brush, but upon application on the face, it spreads nicely. It doesn't stick onto certain area of my face. It doesn't look patchy, and even though it is super bright on the pen, you can see on my cheeks it looks more diffuse and more toned down, but you can build it up if you wanted to. And I also want to do a quick shout out to the Rimmel Maxi blushers, especially in the shade Sweet Cheeks, my favorite. The only issue with that blusher is that it has a ton of kickback. And for highlighter, I love the Catrice Cosmetic High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder. This highlighter feels like high-end highlighter. It is a baked highlighter, and the packaging and the component as well is so beautiful. It has this gold rim outside of the product itself, and it is a see-through plastic packaging. This one is in the shade Amber Crystal, and I find that it gives you a natural glow. It doesn't have any glitter particles on this highlighter. You can use it lightly on your face, glisten, to have that toned down glisten on your face, or you can build up to full shine blinding highlighter. It depends on your personal preference. It doesn't emphasize the texture on my face as well. For setting spray, I use the Rimmel #Insta Fix and Glow 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. You can use this as a primer, but today I use it as my setting spray. I enjoy this. First of all, it has a very nice scent. If you do like fragrance or sensitive to fragrance, you can use other setting spray. This primer is worth the price, and it just sets and melts the powderiness that you have going on your face. I also want to give a shout out to the Catrice Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. Just hold your makeup throughout the day. Next is this Brina Beauty Perfect Lash Mascara. I use it on my eyelashes, and you can see how it volumizes and also lifts my invisible lashes. You can see the before and after photo. I enjoy using these lashes because it reminds me of the Lash Paradise mascara. It has the natural bristles and not the silicone bristles, and also the formula is quite thick, so it does thickens and darkens your eyelashes. And lastly is lip product. This is the best lip product you can find from the drugstore right now. It is super affordable. It is from Silky Girl Matte Styler Lip Color. Today I use this shade Sleek. They come in 5 shades, I can't remember. It is in a crayon form. It's twist up, so you can twist it up and twist it down again, and it has that minty sensation when you first apply it, but it does dissipates and goes away, and you won't feel like right now I don't feel the mint sensation anymore. It is matte, and I think it will last throughout the day if you don't eat oily food. I really enjoy the ease of application, and the pigmentation is nice. This reminds me of the NYX Lip Lingerie, which unfortunately is not available anymore here in Malaysia. We don't have NYX store here, so if you missed out on that, please try this Silky Girl Matte Styler because it really worth the price. That's it for today's video. If you find today's video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will list each and every product in the description box as per usual. You can shop through the links. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you guys in my next one. Bye. Assalamualaikum.